she had 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 12 points. You could give it to anybody, but I thought Christine Denny deserved it tonight. Our player of the game, Christine Denny. Well done, Christine.
Yeah, absolutely. Christine Denny, the gold standard player of the game, brought to you by St. Peter's Health. And you're right, Coach. There are so many. You look at the starting lineup, and the starting 5, 4 of them double digits. And we got Coach Rochelle Sayers coming on over to the table. And there's not many people that can just immediately boot a Hall of Famer out of his seat. Rochelle Sayers is one of them.
I don't think I can boot him out. I think he just was ready to get up and shake hands with all the locals here.
It's hard having Coach Turcotte on the radio because everybody wants to come by and say hello to him. Like, I need you to be talking with me, Coach. Rochelle, this was a big win for you. Coach and I talked in the pregame. You came off maybe your biggest game of the season, this last one. And then you come in on this one. It's one of those where you look at the whole on paper thing, well, we can win this one. That's dangerous in the Frontier Conference. You can't do that.
Well, absolutely, especially after Northern just went down and got a big win at Tech. They're very well coached, and they have everybody back. They're starting to play well, and so this is one of those trap games. You can't be sitting around thinking about Western and not come prepared for this one. So this was a really big game for us.
Well, and there were moments that the first half of the second quarter and really the first half of the third, Northern kind of took over for a little bit. And right about that midpoint, it was like things settled down. What did you talk about in order to make that happen?
Well, we just, especially coming out of half, I thought we came out pretty flat. The end of the first half, we started getting some easy ones. And then we came out, and I think we thought it was going to be like that again. We stopped getting ball reversals. We stopped moving the ball. We stopped cutting hard. And so, I really just talked about getting the ball moving, getting player movement, and just turning the ball. And then eventually we got a couple turnovers that led to some easy run-outs, and that usually gets us going.
We named Christine Denny as our player of the game tonight. It was sort of tough. We had about 4 players we could choose from that really stood out. But she was one of that, I think, really in the second half, was one of those players that helped right things and get things going back the right way.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought Christine had a great game, and we're needing her to get going. And she really came out. I thought she played with really good poise. She's been really trying to attack the rim hard. Tonight I thought she took her time. She used her skill set that she has, which is so good. She used her live ball, and she finished at the rim. And
big points off the bench for you tonight. What was it, 28 points or something off the bench? Maddie had 9. She played really well.
She did, and Maddie could be a starter probably on any other team in this league, and she comes in and she just does her work. I'm super proud of Maddie. Maddie's been coming in at 7 a.m., working out, getting extra shots up, and it pays. She goes, 2 of 3 from the three-point line, and that comes from extra work. That's coming from being confident. She came in and played great.
Yeah, I don't look at her and go, well, she's clearly comfortable shooting the 3. I think she was more comfortable there tonight going, hey, it's fallen tonight. She hit the first one and sort of looked at the bench and did that face in the hands of, Coach, it was open.
Right.
I had to take it.
Yeah, I don't mind Maddie and Jamie taking those. They're great shooters. It makes the defense play honest, and when Maddie's feeling it, she can really get it going. If
we want to nitpick tonight, Coach, things did not go well at the free throw line for you. I know that's something that the girls are going to be working on. You can't be happy. I don't know what we finished at, but we were right about 50%.
I mean, the good news is we got there 20 times, and that's really a focus for us because that tells you that we're being aggressive and we're getting there, but we're too good as shooters to shoot that poorly from the free throw line. So it's focus. It's all focus. It's not skill. It's not the fact they're not good free throw shooters. It's just a lack of focus, and we're going to need those free throws in big games.
So a huge win, as we said, for you coming into this one. Really, this one equally as important. Where do you go from here? You don't have many games left.
No, we got to win round 3. This is round 3. This is the first game of round 3. We're actually, as soon as I get off here, heading into the classroom. We've got some film on Western. We'll already start with the team. They'll eat. They'll watch some film. They'll come out and watch the men's game, and we'll have a little bit of prep work already done before we get to practice tomorrow.
Well, Coach, I'll let you get going. I know you want to eat as well. So we're going to let you go in there. We'll get you into your film studies, but I sure appreciate it, and congratulations. Another big win for you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Coach Rochelle Sayers from the Carroll College Fighting Saints. They pull out this one tonight, 75-54. Big win over MSU-Northern. Again, Danielle Wagner leading the team, 13 points tonight. Christine Denny, named our player of the game. She had a dozen along with 3 assists, 7 rebounds. Didn't even talk about it with Coach Sayers because we had so much to talk with her about. 22 assists tonight for the team. Really, really impressive. Sienna Swanek with 10 points. Jamie Pickens with a dozen. And then leading the players off the bench, Maddie Garretts with 9. Taking a look at MSU Northern. Some really strong games over there as well, honestly. And sort of leading the way, at least point-wise, was Peyton Kerr. Had a fantastic game. 15 points from Peyton. Sydney Hovey with 13 rebounds. That a game high for Sydney. She also had 10 points to lock in the double-double. And Savannah Toms with a dozen points. Quietly, she scored those. I don't know if everybody realized how good a game Savannah Toms was having for the MSU Northern Skyline. So that's going to do it for the women's game here at Carroll College. But the Saints and Lights men on the court, they're warming up. We're going to be back. We're going to talk about that one. You're tuned in to Carroll College basketball on the home of the Fighting Saints. Rewind 94.9, streaming online at kcap.com. Welcome into the PE Center on the campus of Carroll College. We've got another game for you. You're tuned in to the home of the Fighting Saints, Rewind 94.9. We're streaming online at kcap.com. I'm Troy Shockley tonight. If you missed our opener, our women's game earlier this evening, Carroll College coming out on top in that one. Called in from the bench tonight, I'm filling in for the voice of the Saints, Daniel Sally, and helping me make sure not to drive off the tracks here, I've got Hall of Famer coach Gary Turcotte next to me, and we're in for a treat tonight. This should be a fantastic contest. The Saints playing host to MSU Northern. The Carroll men enter this game with an 81-72 win over Providence in their back pocket. Shamrock Campbell with a career-high 30 points in that win. Man, he's fun to watch. Carroll now 22-3 on the season, ranked 12th in the latest NAIA poll. 8-2 in conference play. They're just one game back of number 20 Montana Tech for first in the Frontier standings. It's going to be an exciting finish of the season once again in the Frontier Conference. Northern coming into the capital city 16-9. The Lights 4-6 in Frontier play. It's a record that fell below 500. They had a 3-game losing streak coming into this one. They're definitely fighting to right the ship. They've given these Saints some battles over the years. In fact, the first game of the conference schedule, a 73-71 Carroll win. It came down to it. The Saints pulled that one out. The second meeting, not quite that close, but who knows? It's a Frontier Conference. You never know what's going to happen. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to break it down coming up after this. You're tuned in to Carroll College basketball on Rewind 94.9, streaming online at kcap.com. Welcome back to the PE Center. Time for the second half of our doubleheader. Carroll College playing host to MSU-Northern. Carroll College women taking care of business in the first game, and now it's the men's turn. Troy Shockley with you here courtside, sitting along the Hall of Fame coach, Gary Turcotte. Coach, this is a big game for Carroll men as well.
Well, it is a big game. Carroll men in the hunt to win another Frontier Conference championship. With Montana Tech. Montana Tech has really got a good team. I mean, a senior-laden team, fifth-year kids almost all the way across the line. And Carroll's in a real battle with them for first place in the league. And they can't afford to stumble tonight. And they could, because this is a talented Northern team. We'll talk more about the Northern team, but Carroll has been playing very solid basketball. And they're getting a lot of play out of their freshmen. 3 really talented freshman kids have come in and played a lot for them, and getting great leadership out of their point guard, Shamrock Campbell, and also out of their 3-player Jovan Slovakinen, who is he's a double-double every time he puts on that purple and gold uniform. And then just great defense by just an awful lot of kids. They are a very solid defensive team, and you'll see that tonight. Yeah,
well, and you mentioned the freshmen, and I think it's worth pointing out. I mean, I haven't looked at the list, but it is not uncommon at all at the end of every season to see that Carroll College is home of the Freshman of the Year. Yeah. Carroll College recruits, and it hasn't been just 1 year, 2 years. It's been like a decade of recruiting incredible players that are ready to play right away.
Well, and that kind of comes to a larger philosophy, Troy, of really the Frontier Conference, not entirely, but for the most part, is a transfer league. I mean, you just look at Northern's lineup tonight, and previous school for Northern's lineup tonight, Southern Arkansas Tech, Highline Community College, Henry Ford Community College, Dawson Community College, Everett Community College, Spokane Community College, Puget Sound Community College. Then here's a Three Forks High School, and here's a Loyola, a Sacred Heart High School, and a Shelby High School, Grays Harbor Community College, Southern Arkansas Tech. Now look at Carroll's lineup, okay, they're all freshmen.
Yeah.
I mean, they all come from freshmen. They all played in high schools. There's not a junior college kid on there. There's not a bounce back or a transfer kid on there. They're all, and that's because Carroll believes in developing through freshmen, 4-year kids, and most of the other teams in the conference are getting bounce backs or transfers of one sort or another. And it's just interesting to watch. There are advantages to both approaches. There really are. When you get a junior college kid, he's fully mature. He's ready to go. And you get a freshman, he's not. But you got a chance to mold that freshman.
Right. Well, and it's interesting because I think you see, at least through the lens of Carroll College, how successful that has been of not only building a good Frontier Conference football team. I can't even keep my sports straight. Not even building a good Frontier basketball team, but they're on the national stage, and they compete very well on the national stage. And I think that in large part because they're building that talent, and you've got players in the system for 1, 2, 3, 4 years.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Well, it is, and that's it's sort of it sort of fits the structure of the school. The other sports recruit the same way. The women's basketball program, the football team, the track, the volleyball. It's a freshman-based program.
It's going to be a fantastic game tonight. I'm excited to take it in. We're going to let Coach say his hellos because Coach knows everybody. Coach talks to everybody. But there's going to be some fantastic players on the floor tonight. Once again, Carroll College, they've played MSU-Northern twice this season. They won the first one back on December 2nd, 73-71. And then back on January 15th, Carroll came out on top. A little bit lower scoring, not quite as close. The Saints winning that one in January, 61-45. So 2-0 against the Lights so far this season, but fantastic games. And the Lights are going to come in. They want this one badly. So it's going to be a fantastic contest tonight. I'm excited to see how this thing plays out. But we've got about 20 seconds before we kick this thing off. So we're going to send it to a break, and we'll be back with Carroll College basketball. You're tuned in to the home of the Fighting Saints, Rewind 94.9. Also listening up in Havre on 92.5 FM. Welcome back to the Carroll College PE Center. Thanks for joining us tonight for this Frontier Conference men's basketball game. MSU-Northern visiting tonight. Troy Shockley, Coach Gary Turcotte with you this evening. And Coach, I think you've got our starting lineups again.
I do. Thank you, Troy. Starting for Northern, number 2, Emmanuel Anderson from South Arkansas Tech. David Harris, a senior guard from Tacoma, Washington, Highline Community College. Matthew McCadney, another senior guard from Henry Ford Community College. CJ Nelson, a 6-foot guard from Scobie, Montana, Dawson Community College. And TJ Reynolds, a sophomore from Shelby, Montana. His grandpa coached there and his daddy played there at Northern.
There you go.
Yeah. And starting tonight for Carroll is the starting lineup that they've gone with the last few ball games. At the 3, Andrew Cook, a 6'4" freshman guard from California. Jovan Slovakinen, a 6'5" senior, kind of a power forward from Belgrade, Serbia. Shamrock Campbell, the point guard, 6'1", great leader. Defending Defensive Player of the Year in the Frontier Conference, 6'1" from Spokane High School. Johnny Hillman, 6'2". He'll be playing the 4, the power forward at 6'2", and he can because he's so strong. And he's from Post Falls, Idaho. And then at the 5, Brendan Temple, a 6'8" junior from Castle Rock High School in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
It's a fantastic lineup, and we mentioned it as we were getting going, but Shamrock Campbell coming off a 30-point game. That's tough to do in the Frontier Conference.
Well, he's needed to score more lately. He's got a lot of firepower around him, but he needs to score. He needs to be aggressive. And when the chips were down against Rocky, he scored 10 points in a row. And he put the dagger in with the 3 from that left corner that really put the game out of touch.
Yeah, he's a fantastic leader. Yeah. He's fun to watch. And you could really sort of tag a lot of players with that on this Carroll team.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun to see how this one sorts out. Players on the floor getting ready to kick this one off. Once again, MSU-Northern visiting Carroll College tonight, PE Center. Getting ready for opening tip here. And there it is, Carroll with possession to kick this one off. Slavankinen hands it off, working around the outside. Carroll gonna drive the lane, layup and in. Didn't take long. Johnny Hillman.
Johnny Hillman with a real strong move to the basket.
20 seconds in, and the scoring has begun. Northern trying to answer with the cut underneath, but great defense. Called him for the. Nope. Was it a foul?
Well, he came from
he was out of bounds.
Yep. Cook came from out of bounds, and you can't do that.
Right.
No, that won't work.
Northern hangs on to the ball. 19 seconds left on the shot clock. Back up to the top, working it around, trying to find something down low again, I think. There it is, trying to work to the post. 5 seconds left. Turn and shoot, and no good for TJ Reynolds. Carroll College with the rebound, working it back up. Slavankinen with the ball. And the long 3. Jovan.
Yeah, and they gave him too much room there. He popped just to get a little hop back move and popped it in.
So Carroll up in this one, 5-0 early on. Just a minute and change in. In man defense here. Northern trying to cut in, nothing. Goes back out. And a pull-up jumper, no good. David Harris, rebound by the Saints. Andrew Crook bringing the ball down the floor. Slavankinen again from 3. That one just off the mark. Good shot, though, and a good look. I like it. But coming back down the floor, really nice play, David Harris.
Well, Northern is really a two-headed monster. David Harris and Nicasio McCartney, those guys are good for about 20 to 25 a game. I mean, between them, they'll score 50 points.
Carroll looking to answer. There's Cook with the jumper, tipped back out on a rebound. Campbell gets it then to Johnny Hillman. Johnny working to his left, finds Campbell. He's going to drive, throws it back out, and with the pull-up long jumper, pretty shot by Johnny Hillman.
And he could give him a real boost tonight. He has not been a big scorer, but he was in high school. I mean, he's capable.
Hillman with 2 of 3 buckets to start the game tonight for the Saints, leading this one 7-2 early. 10 seconds now on the shot clock. Northern working the ball around. There's a cut to the outside. Drive, turn, shot, and gonna bank out. That was C.J. Nelson.
Nice move by C.J. that time. Nice move. Just the ball looked like it was going to go down and kind of rolled out.
Carroll back with possession. Campbell hands it off to Hillman. He's had the hot hand. Andrew Cook at the top, gets down to Campbell. Savankanen wants to drive, but not being allowed there. Good defense by Anderson.
And
Anderson's not going to give him space down low.
no.
So now we're platooning some players in here for Northern in particular. Carroll with the ball, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Ball in, Campbell looking for something, 5, 4, 3. Long rainbow shot. Falls off the mark by Johnny, but Carroll with the rebound. Trying to find something else here. Hillman with it. Driving, nice pass inside, but the shot up and no good. Carroll with the rebound. Johnny Hillman with it again. He's got 3 buckets tonight.
My goodness, Johnny Hillman. He's only 6'2", but he plays so much bigger than that. He's explosive. I mean explosively quick, off 2 feet, and he's very, very strong.
He had a nice feed to Lowell Chan there, tried to make the bucket, didn't go, but Hillman got to the rebound and put it down. Shot from the corner for Northern, and that one good. That's McClement call. So it's a 9-5 game, 4.5 minutes in. Shamrock Campbell bringing the ball down the floor, makes a move, goes to the right, and gets it in. There's Savankanen trying to find space, gets a little, and that shot falls short.
He loves that shot, and he just came up short on it, but he doesn't miss many of those.
Northern trying to cut the lead again, and that is a big body working down low in Ruffin. He's built like a running back.
I think they gave a warning on a flop to Chico, number 25 at Carroll.
And I'm not sure that it was.
No, but it's a warning. But
yeah,
the referee thought it was. I guess that's what matters.
Right.
But I would agree with you. I thought he just got mowed down. But now the next time he does that, if they perceive it, it's a technical.
Carroll with possession, 15 minutes to play here in the first. Quickly working it around the top, and there's some contact there. Anthony Braggs Jr.
Yeah, with a reach.
Tried to drive for a little bit of a steal.
Yeah, and he had a reach.
And yeah, reached in and made some significant contact there.
Who do you have as number 30 for Northern? Is that William Burns?
I've got Tanner McClement Call, who we've got on the electronic sheet anyway.
Jovan Slavokin with a 3.
Jovan with a 3.
Yeah.
We'll say that a few times.
Yeah.
Saints up 12-5 on visiting MSU-Northern. Thanks to those listening in Havre on 92.5 FM. And with a shot is McCadney, but that falls short, and Carroll gets to the defensive board, brings it down the floor. Cycling around now, Slavonkinen with the ball. Hands off to Campbell. Campbell with the drive. He's going to pull up and shoot, and that one is pretty, and that one is good.
And that's the one he talked about in today's independent record, where he gets to the middle, and it's his pull-up jump shot. And Northern with a timeout here.
Yeah, Northern calling a timeout. They want to make sure this doesn't get out of hand early.
And it is a 30, so I don't think this will be a media.
Nope, we're going to hang on to it here. Next breakage, I think we will go to a media timeout. Do want to thank some of our sponsors tonight. John Lagerquist, Century 21 Heritage Realty, for all your real estate needs from homes, land, or commercial. Contact John Lagerquist, one of Helena's leading realtors. And Overland Express, serving Helena since 1975. Overland, Helena's family restaurant that features their famous dragon wings. Try them, you'll like them. Overland Express. Are you a dragon wing guy, Coach?
No, not so much.
Love those wings out at the Overland.
Do you? I guess, yeah, I know they're good.
They're fantastic. I always want a second plate, and that's not a good thing for me. 14-5 is the lead for the Saints on the Mike Miller State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Northern with the ball. Coming out of the timeout. Important possession for them here. Just working it around the outside, trying to find something, and then there's a cut inside, and a lay-in no good, but getting to the rebound, and that no good. McCadney tried for the follow-through, and it didn't happen. So Carroll with the ball. There's Shamrock Campbell driving. Little turnaround. Ball tipped out. Slavonkinen thought about it. And
whoa! Now that is exactly the call that they called at the other end.
I was fixing to ask if that was going to be a flop.
That is really interesting. And what you ask for is consistency. And on both situations, a player got the ball at the low post and started to back down, and the defender fell down. And at one end, they called a flop and a warning, and the other end, they called a foul.
Yeah, and that one here for Carroll, that was Brendan Temple.
Yeah.
Really just took about two short steps backward.
Yeah.
There wasn't a whole lot that he did there. He had a look on his face of, what'd I do, Coach? That one, the on the other end, I think that one was a little bit more contact at least.
Yeah.
There wasn't even a lot of contact here, so that an interesting call.
Yeah, you want consistency, and these guys will get it. I promise you, they're good. I've seen this crew work. They're good, but that wasn't consistent.
Brendan Temple is a good player, a little bit underrated in the low post, both defense and a scorer. He's a good ball player.
Well, he is, and they really need him to stay out of foul trouble. He's the only real size they have. I mean, he's 6'8", and he's a legit 5 player. And they need him to stay out of foul trouble, and that was he just picked up his first.
Coming out of the timeout here, both teams heading back to the floor. Brennan staying on the floor. He's still smiling about that, trying to figure out how exactly that was a call against him.
Well, of course, it was two different officials that made the calls. So they need to get together and talk about what they want to get done, too.
Northern with possession now. McCadney at the top of the key. Passes it off there. Long shot and no good by David Harris. Carroll with the rebound. Garrett Long with that rebound. Really pretty athletic kid.
Another really talented freshman, Troy.
And here we go, Shamrock Campbell with the jumper. That not an easy shot to make, but he made it look easy. Sprinting to his right practically.
Yeah.
And then a pull-up jumper and just smooth through the net.
Well, he's a great jumper. He's a triple jumper in track. So that tells a little bit about his athleticism.
Yeah, they tried to get me to do triple jump in high school, coach, and I'm too uncoordinated. I couldn't figure it out. I could do the long jump, couldn't do the triple. I just couldn't get my brain around it. 16-5, the Saints lead on the lights. Long three, and no good off the back of the iron, though offensive rebound. And another shot up and no good. And there he is with a rebound again is Garrett Long.
And he gets a lot of them. Another explosive athlete.
He's going to drive and take the shot and wound up a bit of a coast-to-coast for him. It was a slow trip, but he made it. So Garrett Long with a bucket there, and we're 18-5, Carroll lead. 11 and a half to play here in the first. Northern keeps looking for that cut underneath, and they cannot find it, but they are making some room there, and that's a nice little bucket. Emmanuel Anderson. As soon as I say they can't find that back door,
they got it.
They found it.
Yeah, you jinxed them. Yeah, they got it.
They really have some speed on
do.
Northern.
They're
a very quick team, and I couldn't see who made the bucket there.
Shamrock with that same hard drive and then pull up for that middle game, and it's kind of not a lot of guys can do that. In the modern game, it's get to the rim or shoot the three. Not many guys have got that middle game.
Nice move underneath, but the ball falls.
Oh, it's such a late call. Such a late call. And Coach Paulson is telling him that right now.
That was the defender or the shooter there on the ground looking for a call, waiting, and then it showed up.
And that's Masio McCadney, and he's being guarded by Shamrock. And that is a great matchup. That's two all-conference players right there guarding each other. And that's fun to watch.
So free throws upcoming. The first one up and good. Makes it a 20-8 Carroll College lead.
And Sean Hughes likes to sub like three at a time, like a line change in hockey.
Yeah, and that's how I missed the last shot. We had three guys standing here in front of the scorer's table. And second shot up and in. An 11-point lead now for Carroll. Northern going to turn up the defensive pressure here a little bit.
Yeah, they'll pick up full court and make Garrett Long bring the ball up.
Whoa, Long pass it off, a little bit of a head to the face there for Jovan, but continues to play. Jovan back with it. He's going to drive. Left-handed shot up and in. Kisses it off the glass. Nice move.
Oh, that's a nice move. You said it.
It's even all the more impressive when everybody knows exactly what he's going to do, and he does it. Could not stop it. 22-9, the Carroll lead. Northern with 10 seconds left on the shot clock now. McCadney with the ball. Hands it off, and there is a shot. McClymont call. Bounces off the back of the iron. Carroll with the rebound. Brings it back up the floor, trying to set something up. Savankanen looking again, and there is a block, and it's going to go all the way the other way, up and in, and the foul.
Ooh. Garrett
Long put up a three.
And it was a real nice play by Northern there. By C.J. Nelson, blocked the shot, went coast to coast, and got fouled by Cook coming, and that Cook shouldn't have fouled him. I mean, sometimes you got to let the guy take the layup, and Cook sometimes he makes a first mistake, and that was one of them.
So the three-point play complete, and it's now 22-12. Halfway through the first here. Thanks going out this evening to Cap Paving, one of our sponsors since 1984, paving the way to excellence. Little jumper, rings in and out for Carroll. And it's going to be Northern ball. There's Andrew Cook with that shot. Good looking shot. Just caught the bottom of the bucket and came back out. Thanks as well tonight to Furniture Showroom. Why pay more? Every day is a great day to buy new home furnishings at Furniture Showroom. 22-12, the Carroll lead. Northern with the ball. 9.5 to play here in the first half. Driving and getting cut off, but he's still working in, and no shot there. C.J. Nelson couldn't find anything. Kind of ran out of real estate. Savankinen with the ball. He's going to drive, pull up, shoot, and in. It looked like he wanted to call a play there, and it wasn't working, so he said, you know what, I'll just do this.
Yep.
Nine minutes to go here in the first. 24-12. Carroll has the lights doubled up. Nice drive. No good, though.
And that's
By
McCandy. McCandy doesn't miss many of those. He had a pretty good look there.
He wheeled around and made a nice drive, and it just did not fall. And now a little turnaround shot falls short for Carroll. That was Murat. And now from three-point range, we're going back and forth on the misses here. Carroll back with possession. 8 minutes left on the clock here in the first. Savankinen hands it off. There's Andrew Cook. Back out to Shamrock Campbell. Inside, down low. Nothing there.
And he got fouled.
Had about three bodies around him.
Yeah.
Not sure how he even got the ball out of that mess of players. Jovan going to the line. He's had a nice night already. Coach, he's got 10 points already.
Isn't that a quiet 10 points?
Make it 11.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, no, I didn't realize that, you know.
Yeah.
He hit a couple.
I didn't either till I looked down and went, you know what? He's got 11.
He hit a couple of threes. He's got to the basket a couple of times.
Shamrock with 6.
Yeah.
Johnny Hillman with 6. And now he's got 12. Just under 8 to play here in the first. Saints lead at 26-12. Going to go full court here on the defense, and Northern's going to break through okay. And now running. And they were looking for a big alley-oop there, and that fell apart quick. So Carroll going back the other way. Nice move there.
Oh,
Two nice moves there.
Johnny Hillman with a great. He is so strong.
He made the outside defender miss. He had help from the inside, and he made that defender miss.
That's
Great
just
play.
Pure strength there.
Northern now going down low. That one in and out by Anderson, and Carroll with the defensive board. Hillman thought about it. He's feeling it tonight.
Yeah.
He's up to 8 points. 7 minutes to play here in the first half. Savankinen drives, jump stop, misses, but gets his own rebound and somehow gets that ball back up and in. He was completely out of position to make a shot, and he made the shot.
Well, I don't know how much you've got to watch him this year because you've been doing a lot of other games, but he is the quickest jumper that's ever played at Carroll. His second jump is the quickest, and you saw it really on display right there.
Yeah, he's so fun to watch.
Yeah.
And we've got a timeout here, so we're going to take it, and we'll be back with more Carroll College basketball on the home for the Fighting Saints. Rewind 94.9. Welcome back. It's Carroll College basketball on Rewind 94.9, home of the Fighting Saints. We're also tonight in Havre, QX 92.5 FM. We're streaming online at kcap.com. Carroll College leading this one 30-12 over MSU-Northern. Jovan Slovankinen at the line and finishes. So 31-12 is the Carroll lead now with just under 7 minutes to play in the first half. Nice transition play there, but Carroll closed it up quick. Northern still managed to finish. Anderson with the bucket underneath.
And that time Northern attacked the press a lot more effectively. They've had a little trouble with it so far.
Carroll lining up. Shamrock Campbell moving it around the outside. Andrew Cook with it. Back to Shamrock with the three. Ooh. And it's in.
Ooh. Boy, he is looking for it tonight. He's playing with so much confidence.
He said 30, I can get 31. Northern again going down low, again getting a bucket. David Harris. And I think we got a 30-second
Carroll got a timeout, yeah. We'll see.
Looks like we got a timeout here. And we'll just keep it right here since we talked our way into it. It's a full timeout, but gives us a chance to thank some of our sponsors tonight. Furniture Showroom. Why pay more? Every day is a great day to buy new home furnishing at Furniture Showroom. First Community Bank, working together for you. DJ's Automotive, here for you and your wheels. And Play It Again Sports, your ski and snowboard rental headquarters. There's been some contact tonight, Coach, and sometimes it's been a foul and sometimes it's not, and I think both coaches are a little frustrated.
Well, you're starting to see Harris, David Harris and Marcia McCarthy assert themselves. They're really good, Troy. They're really good players. I mean, they'll both be first-team all-conference players, and they are actually missing tonight Jesse Keltner, and I don't know if he's injured or just what, but he's 6'6", and he gives them more of an inside presence. You know, Northern is one of those teams, if they get him back, I wouldn't want one to play them in the playoffs very bad. Because when they get Harris, McCadney, and Keltner in there, that's three players as good as anybody in the league for their top three.
It's a great lineup, and they've not, you look at the scoreboard, it's 34-16 at Carroll lead, and they have not played that poorly to be down by 14.
Yeah.
It's just they've had some shots that it's one of those nights right now for them where the shots, the looks are good, the shots are good. They're just not making it all the way through.
Yeah.
It's the ringing around the basket shots, and at some point that's going to end, you would think.
Yeah, I think they're starting to play a lot better right now.
Aggressive on defense right here, but Carroll attacking it. Andrew Cook trying to find a lane, pulls up and drops one. That Andrew Cook's first bucket of the night. 20-point game. Carroll in the lead. Nice move down low. Manuel Anderson drew the contact. Johnny Hillman hit with that one. I think they called. Yep, they did call that on Hillman. Anderson at the line. First shot hits the front of the rim, no good. Cook going to take a seat for Carroll. Northern bringing a couple players out. Three, once again, 3 in, 3 out. It's almost more like rotating linemen in football, just to keep it fresh.
It is. It's or hockey, you know, like a line change.
Yeah.
But what happens? Northern has won a lot of games late in ball games because they stay pretty fresh with that continuous substitution stuff.
That second free throw was up and good. Now Carroll with possession and driving lane, drawing a lot of contact. It's Johnny Hillman playing himself into early contention for player of the game.
And he's going to get an and one. And the reason is because the help defender was inside the circle. And you can't be inside the circle. Now, do they have that in high school? Is that ruled?
No.
They don't.
Yeah.
So it's you can see that looks like a horseshoe there. You got to be outside that horseshoe to take a charge.
And Hillman now up to 10 points. Make it 11.
Yeah.
So it's Jovan and Hillman so far tonight. 39-17, the Carroll College lead over MSU-Northern. Looking for something down low and cutting in and catching a foot.
Yeah, and I liked it that the Carroll players picked him up.
That was just a bang-bang play.
And that was Terry Holmes who got tripped up, and 2 Carroll players went and picked him up. I just love to see good sportsmanship.
And now he's looking down low for something, makes a nice pass out to three-point land, and with the bucket is McCadney.
Yeah, McCadney.
Nice feed from Holmes.
McCadney and Harris are going to get theirs. Just count on it. They can score.
Shamrock Campbell hands this one off. Now it's Johnny again. And that three-pointer goes a little bit long. Northern with the rebound, running the floor, and off the mark there is David Harris.
And then Gee with a real nice rebound. Gee hasn't had a lot of playing time. But Gee can play.
Yeah, he's a good player off the bench.
Yeah.
That little that spark player when you need something to change. Good offensive player.
Gui Pedra from actually Sao Paulo, Brazil, and actually started a lot of the games last year, but these freshmen have come on this year and have played so well that he isn't getting quite as much playing time, but he's a very capable offensive player.
Shamrock Campbell drives the lane, throws it back out to Jovan Savonkinen. He's going to drive now, and the pull-up jumper. He needs to just patent that thing.
Yeah, he's got that great pull-up game.
It's
great
just
pull-up game.
Up and in, and he's got another one. 17 points for him tonight. Northern on the other end of the floor trying to get to that back door again, and that shot blocked against the back of the backboard. But there's a foul on the play as well. So McCall headed to the line.
They don't know who the foul's on. They're trying to figure it out.
I wasn't sure either. Looks like they're going to give it to Chan.
Yeah.
That's his first tonight.
That's a referee's nightmare. When you go over to report to the scoring table and you can't remember, and then you go to your referee buddy and he says, I don't know.
Wasn't my call. I don't know.
Yeah, but they got it right. I think they got it straightened out.
First one up and in. It's 20-point game, 41-21, the Carroll lead. Second shot away and good. Thanks to A1 Rentals tonight, making your projects easier on Cedar, next to Party Plus. Carroll with the ball here, looking for something. There's Jovan. He's been doing well tonight offensively. There's Chan back to Andrew. He's going to drive, and that stop gave him some room, and he made a nice little shot there.
You know, we want to give a shout out to our good friend Daniel Sally, who's under the weather tonight, can't work, and you're doing a great job, Troy, substituting for him. But you know, I know he's listening to the broadcast, and we want to say hi to him and wish him well and get well soon, partner.
Well, I cannot literally or figuratively fill Daniel Sally's shoes. I'm going to try my best tonight. Be sure to stay tuned at the end of the game for our coach of the game, Well, you're the coach of the game right here. I was thinking you gold standard player of the game, St. Peter's Health. Bringing you that one.
And that was a foul on Murat there, and that puts Northern at the line for a front end of a 1-and-1, and that's David Harris.
Harris knocks it down.
Yeah. So that's 17 fouls on Carroll, 5 on Northern.
And this is a 20-point game, but doesn't really feel like it.
It doesn't. And believe me, Northern is so capable of coming back. I've seen them do this so many times over the years. They will come flying back at you.
There's 3 minutes left in the first half here. Savankinen gonna drive, and there's the turnaround.
Oh, how tough is that? And then with a right-handed flip. I mean, that is big-time stuff that you just saw there.
He stopped and went up, and a little right-handed flip in there. I'm not just a jumper man, he says. So good. 2.5 minutes to play, 45-24, Carroll lead. And that ball blocked from behind. And I think we got another foul under the basket. Wait to see who it's on here. Number 43.
That's Murat.
That's his second now. Picked up pretty quickly. At the free throw line is McCadney. And sinks the first one. It's again a 20-point game. 2:13 to play here in the first half. One more shot to come here. It's up, looks good, and it is 45-26, the Carroll lead on the Mike Miller State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Jovan Savankinen bringing the ball down the floor. Looking for something and says, I'll take it myself. Little bit off the mark there on the three. But Shamrock Campbell with the rebound.
And it didn't hit the rim, so the play clock is down to 11.
And there's the stop and the jumper. Andrew Cook with another bucket.
Boy, he's out himself. The second part of this half, he has really picked up the slack for Carroll.
Minute and a half to go. Carroll's leading this one 47-26, but Northern is not going away. Those early buckets were just not falling for them, and that's why we have as big a hold as we do here for them. Long three, and that one is good by Braggs. We said those shots were going to start falling, and they have.
Yeah.
And over the last half of this half, they've really played pretty even. Under a minute to go now. Shot up and high off the back of the rim. Garrett Long, but it comes back down straight through, so he'll take it. And another long three just off the mark for Harris. So Carroll's going to get possession here. There's about 10 seconds difference between the shot clock and game clock. Savankinen.
Oh!
That was a long three by NBA standards.
And, I can't believe he even took it, let alone that it went in. I didn't think it was a very good shot. He splashed it.
That was a really long three.
Yeah.
52-29, 14 seconds left in the half here. Carroll playing tough defense. Northern trying to find a final shot. There it is from deep if he wants it. He doesn't. He drives, and Harris misses. Carroll with the rebound. And that's going to do it for the first half. Saints leading this one 52-29 on the Mike Miller State Farm Insurance scoreboard. We're going to send this thing to a break, and we'll take a look at the stats from the first half. You're listening to Carroll College basketball on the home of the Fighting Saints. Rewind 94.9, streaming online at kcap.com. And welcome back to Carroll College. The PE Center this evening is rocking. This is a good game. It doesn't feel as if we have as big a point differential as we do. Carroll leading this one 52-29 over MSU-Northern. And before we start diving into the stats, Coach, Daniel Sally, clearly listening at home, he says to tell you thank you. So, Daniel, he can't help himself. He's not feeling well. He's still going to listen to Carroll Athletics.
Well, I'll just tell you, Daniel is, he loves basketball. I mean, he loves football, he loves basketball, he loves doing the broadcasts, and it's his life. He puts everything he has into it. He studies film, he studies statistics, he makes me draw out X and O's for him, and pretty soon, he's calling out offenses, and he can tell what the defenses are doing. And he is really developing himself into a really knowledgeable broadcaster.
Yeah, if you watch NFL, he's the Tony Romo of broadcasting here in the Frontier Conference. The guy can call out plays before they happen.
Yeah, he just loves it. He really loves it, and we're lucky to have him. We understand what we have, and we know we won't have him forever. So we're just going to appreciate him while we have him.
Yeah, Daniel, I'm just keeping the seat warm, man. There's no chance I'm taking this thing over from you. And we've got halftime entertainment going on here. We do want to send a shout-out also to Dr. Seck, listening on YouTube tonight. And he says that apparently we're doing okay, Gary. We've got the president's stamp of approval.
Well, there's another guy we're lucky to have. There's a guy that thinks outside the box, that has got a tough job. Anybody that's president of a college or university in the era of COVID is got a tough job, and we're fortunate to have him, and we appreciate him. And he's a big sports fan. Nobody likes Carroll sports, and he supports them all the sports programs. And while we're talking about that, the track program, the Frontier Conference, they just received a wonderful honor, and they were all dressed up in their purple track shirts, and just what a great-looking bunch of kids. Harry Clark and his staff have done a tremendous job recruiting and teaching and training. We have I don't know how many track athletes. Harry, if you're listening, let me know, but I think it's in the 80s, the number of kids that we got in the track program at Carroll College, and they love it. They love playing for him, and Shannon Flynn, who helped him, and Jimmy.
It's across the board. For you look at Carroll College football, they raised the bar for Frontier Conference football. That's just what they did. Carroll raised the Frontier bar. Now you're seeing it in other sports as well, certainly in track, and it's neat to see that. And really, basketball doing the same thing. Carroll College men's basketball program is, as we talked about in the pregame show, a national talent now, and they started this one off tonight. It's good. You look at all the stats, and there's not a stat on here that I'm going, wow, that's something they want to work on at half. They're shooting 65% from the field right now. Jovan's got himself 22-7. He's about 5 minutes away from a double-double.
Yeah.
Johnny Hillman's got 11.
Yeah.
It's a great start for this team.
Well, it really is, and I think, Troy, the reason that you say it doesn't feel like a 20-point ball game is because Northern is getting they are getting decent shots, and sometimes good shots that they're missing. They're 8 for 29 from the field. That is awful when you consider how many shots they got in the paint, how many catch-and-shoot threes they had, and they just can't make anything. They missed a lot of shots. Now, some of that is Carroll's contesting them, and they're pretty athletic, but Northern is capable of coming back in this ball game. In fact, I promise you they will make a run. Sometime in the second half, Northern will make at least one run. They have the firepower to do it.
Well, and you look, and it was that rough start. Most of those misses, I think, came in the opening 8 or 10 minutes. They started to sort of find their groove a little bit. We had some shots fall out there at the end, but really it was that first 10 minutes. You look at the last half of the first 20 minutes, they really played pretty even with Carroll offensively.
Yeah.
And again, that's why it doesn't feel like we're in what looks on the scoreboard like a blowout in the making.
Yeah, it won't be. It won't be. Northern will fight their way back. I'll be shocked. I could be wrong. I've been wrong a lot, but I think Northern will make a hard run at this thing. And McCadney and Harris will get going. Right now, Maciel McCadney with 7 points. David Harris with 6 points. And just to give you an example, last week, one of them scored 26 and the other one scored 24. So that's what they're capable of. I mean, they're not going to end up with 13 and 14 points. They're going to end up at close to 20. I promise you. They're just that good.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic finish. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm glad to be sitting here next to the Hall of Famer coach Gary Turcotte. I want to thank a couple of our sponsors while we've got a shot. Gold Island Casino. Play and stay where the winners go at Gold Island Casino. Lewis and Clark Library for more than 150 years. The library has steadfastly served the residents of Lewis and Clark County with branch libraries in Helena, Augusta, Lincoln, East Helena, and they've even got the bookmobile. And Helena Toyota, brought to you by your Montana Toyota dealers. Stay tuned, by the way, as well, for our post-game show where we're going to name the gold standard player of the game. That brought to you by St. Peter's Health, which they're hiring people like you. Explore all the open positions at sphealth.org/careers. Clinical and non-clinical jobs open out there now. Carroll College basketball is what you're tuned into, and we're going to take a quick break. Let's go ahead and do it, and then we'll be back with more. You're tuned into the home for the Fighting Saints, Rewind 94.9 FM. We're streaming online at kcap.com, and we're also tonight broadcasting in Havre at QX 92.5 FM. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to the PE Center on the campus of Carroll College. Carroll College men leading this Frontier Conference tilt tonight over MSU-Northern 52-29 on the Mike Miller State Farm Insurance scoreboard. If you missed earlier this evening, the Carroll women also coming out with a big win over in Northern. That one 75-54, the final. Carroll, a fantastic game in that one. Ended up shooting 50% from the floor. Christine Denny with 12 points in that win. Danielle Wagner with 13. Jamie Pickens, Helena High product with 12. Sienna Swanek with 10. The stats were all over the page in the first one for the women, and at least so far in this one, it's Jovan and Johnny Hillman. Coach, I mean, they're putting on an offensive show tonight.
Well, they really are. They shot the ball awfully well. Carroll did 22 for 34 against a good defensive team, and a lot of pull-up jumpers. Johnny Hillman, Jovan, Shamrock, Andrew Cook. Those are all a lot of pull-up jump shots. You know, they only took 9 threes, but they made 4 of them. And then at the other end, Northern just couldn't buy one, and they had a lot of good shots. I talked to Sean Hughes just a little bit right at the end of the half, and he says, I've just never seen so many missed shots. And they did miss a lot of shots that he knows that his kids are capable of making, and he expects them to make some of those shots the second half.
Yeah, and it's not missed poor shots.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's what's frustrating is they're good looks.
Yeah. You know, one of the things that Daniel and I always talk about are the first 3 minutes of the second half, and you saw in the women's game, you know, how the Carroll women came out and couldn't buy one, and Northern women went on a run the first 3 minutes, and the 2 most important parts of the ball game, I feel like, Troy, are the first 3 minutes of the second half, and then of course crunch time. And if Northern's going to get in the ball game, they need to come out the first 3 minutes and get something going and get on a little bit of run. And you know, they're down. What are they down now? 29-52. So they're down 23 points.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they need to cut that thing into, you know, get it down to 15, 16 points, middle of the half, and then maybe try to get it to single digits. And then you don't know what's going to happen. But,
right.
And they're
well,
capable.
and in the Carroll locker room, you know they know that as well.
Oh, yeah.
So what's the message then in the Carroll locker room of, hey, we got to make sure this doesn't happen?
Yeah, you're talking. You can't let up, not for a minute. And I thought Carroll gave up a few too many offensive rebounds, and that hurt them. But interestingly enough, they did not turn it over. For statistics, just think about this: Carroll had 1 turnover for the half. Northern had 1 turnover from the half.
Right.
That's how clean both teams played offensively. I mean, you don't see very many basketball games where there's 2 turnovers for a whole half combined by both teams.
Well, and fueled by the misses.
Yeah.
Carroll, 16 defensive rebounds. That's not a bad stat either.
That's exactly what happened. Yeah.
So we're going to keep it here because these guys heading back out to the floor for the second half. We've got Carroll College playing host to MSU-Northern, leading this one 52-29. Thanks going out to Mattress Firm, one of our sponsors for tonight's game. Montana's largest Tempur-Pedic retailer. Save time, save money. And A1 Rentals, making your projects easier on Cedar next to Party Plus. Northern starting this one with possession. They need, as Coach said, they need these first few minutes to go well for them. And driving down low with a little reverse. Nice shot there. C.J. Nelson.
T.J. Nelson, and he's capable of getting them going. That was a nice little set that Sean Hughes came out with to start the second half to get his team a high percentage shot.
So Carroll now in response, trying to work it down low and fighting some traffic, getting it out to the wing, and Shamrock Campbell missing. Brendan Temple was trying to work something down low, but he was double teamed and couldn't get out of it. Long 3 and falls short. That was McCadney with the tray attempt. Now Campbell. Jovan with possession, driving and hits a wall, but doesn't matter. Gets up a shot, rings in and out. Carroll with a rebound. It's going to be a jump ball, I think.
Yep. And that'll be that Carroll has the arrow, so they will have possession.
Jump ball, possession to Carroll. 22 coming out.
And inbound successfully there. Shamrock with it, but a steal then. Anderson with the steal for Northern and goes coast to coast, gets the bucket. And this is the start that Northern needs if they're going to get back in this game. It's now 52-33. Certainly still a comfortable lead, but it could quickly get uncomfortable. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Shamrock Campbell working it down low to Brendan Temple, who's going to take the little hook shot, and it's in. Little baby hook. That's a big bucket for the Saints.
Well, it is, and you want to, when you're a little cold, then go inside. Get the ball inside. Get a high percentage shot. Nice little left-handed hook by Brendan Temple.
Nearly losing possession there, but Northern hangs on to it. Anderson corrals it, and they get another bucket and some contact underneath. That's TJ Reynolds with the bucket. Savankanen called with the foul there, so let's see if he can complete the three-point play. And up and in for the Lights.
And Northern now will pick up full court, and they'll probably do that pretty much the rest of the ball game.
They've got to force turnovers here.
Yeah.
They can't play even. Driving, and with a nice dish there. Andrew Cook drawing in the defense, and then a nice bounce pass to Brendan Temple, who knocks it down. Great play all around there. And now I think Temple's going to get called for a foul again. He's saying he hit me in the face.
Well, Brendan didn't like that call.
He's not a fan.
And he does have to stay out of foul trouble. That's just, I think they called it on Shamrock. Maybe they called it on Shamrock. They did.
I think they did.
Yeah.
Both of them collapsed there on the defense. Northern trying to find another basket. Long three is in and out again for Harris. He's had good looks, good shots, they're just not falling. And there's Brendan down low again, and he sinks the bucket.
Johnny Hillman with a really nice drop off.
He's had a nice start to the half.
Yeah.
Trying was Anderson to work it around the defense of Andrew Cook, but couldn't quite get there.
We haven't seen very many turnovers. That was a turnover there by Northern, and they haven't turned the ball over, but that was an errant pass there.
16 and a half to go in this one. 22-point lead for Carroll. Shamrock Campbell passing it off to Johnny. Johnny to Andrew. Trying to find the open man. Andrew's cutting underneath, but not there. And there comes Brennan again. Both defenders collapse. He waits them out, goes up, draws the foul, and the bucket.
Really nice pass by Jovan. High-low pass. Jovan to Temple down low.
And smart play by
Yeah.
Temple to see that defense collapsing
Yeah.
and wait it out and draw the foul. And he knocks down the free throw. And Northern, nope, it's a media timeout, so we're going to take that. And we'll be back with more Carroll College basketball. You're listening to Rewind 94.9, streaming online at kcap.com.
All right, Saints fans, it's now time for tonight's Delta Dental Dash, where Colby and Landon are going head-to-head in dressing and dashing. The first to make the layup win. Are you ready? Get set, go!
Welcome back to Carroll College PE Center there. Thought I lost my signal for a second, but we're back. We got it, and play is back on the floor as well. MSU-Northern looking for the shot, takes a three from the corner, and it's good.
Once again, a really nice set drawn up by Sean Hughes at the timeout, and they got just what they wanted. Very well executed.
And they're going to need some of those threes to start falling if they're going to chip their way back into this one. They're right now 4 of 10. Where they are doing a good job, though, Coach, free throw line, Northern 11 of 12.
Yeah.
And Carroll 5 of 5.
Yeah, Northern has got to the free throw line more than Carroll has. And I can't tell what that call was, but somehow Carroll ended up with it.
I'm not sure either. Shamrock Campbell with the shot down low and takes a hard check. Shot does not fall, but he's going to head to the line. As we just said, Saints perfect from the line tonight, 5 of 5. Not many shots, but they're making the most of them. They're shooting 63% from the floor right now.
My goodness.
63.4%.
They've been getting some more high percentage shots this half. I thought they made a lot of tough shots the first half. They're getting the ball, right point blank, a lot of point blank post type shots this half so far in the first 5 minutes here.
Both those shots go down for Shamrock. So now Northern with the ball, trailing 63-39. And a little pull-up there with too much on it for Northern. That Terry Holmes Jr., who then got called for a foul.
So that's 3 team fouls on Northern and 2 on Carroll. And in the second half of these games, that the team fouls really become important as you get into the bonus and the double bonus.
15 minutes and change left to go in this one. Carroll leading 63-39. And there's the drive by Slavonkinen, and he loses the ball, but manages to tip it out, and Carroll maintains possession, but 5 seconds left is all on the shot clock. Trying to drive to find something there, and nothing. Back the other way.
That's a great Euro step by David Harris. Big time Euro step. And he finished off the steal there and went coast to coast. Really nicely done.
63-41 your score now. Carroll in the lead. Just one game behind the leaders in the Frontier Conference. They need this one, and there's a turnaround by Jovan. Northern trying to find something. Aggressive defense by the Saints. Long three, and it falls. Nice shot there by McClement Call.
And I don't have him on my roster. I don't know where he's from or anything about him, but on my roster.
He's shooting well.
Yeah, he is.
And there's a travel there. Jovan got kind of caught up on the defender there on David Harris and took a couple extra steps.
And I think we got a timeout.
And we do have a timeout. So let's take it. We'll be back with more Carroll basketball on Rewind 94.9, streaming online, kcap.com. Welcome back, Carroll College basketball. On the home of the Fighting Saints, Rewind 94.9. We're streaming online at kcap.com and broadcasting tonight in Havre, QX 92.5 FM. Carroll College leading this one 65-44 on the scoreboard, and they played pretty even after about the first 10 minutes, and now Northern still just trying to dig out of that hole.
Yep.
So they've got possession here, just under 14 minutes left to play in this one, and they're going to have to find something quickly. Good defense by the Saints, not really giving them any room. They're going to make them take a tough look or drive inside. There's a three, and it's good. There's David Harris.
David Harris. A quick shot. It is a quick. And that was a 3-2, I believe.
It was. He doesn't need much time.
No.
So Carroll back now on offense, working it around and working it inside. And once again,
Johnny Hillman is having such a solid game, penetrate and drop off.
it's a great assist there to Brendan.
Yeah.
Brendan Temple down low, underneath the basket there. He's got 11 points now.
Yeah. And Johnny Hillman has got him at least 6 of them.
Yeah.
He really has. Just
coming up on 12 and a half left to play. Northern trying to claw their way back in this one, trailing 67-47. And Carroll not giving them a whole lot of space to do so. Making his own space there, McCadney, but the shot comes up short.
Good
Carroll.
defense that time by Carroll. They chased him off what they wanted to do.
Another defensive board heads down the floor, and Carroll looking to turn it into some points. And there's Shamrock Campbell with 3, just a little long.
And they're going to have a push-off there on Northern on that rebound, on 23, on Anderson Bragg, Anthony Bragg. So 14 fouls on Northern, 3 on Carroll. And that's always, in second half, that becomes really important.
Especially if Northern's able to chip their way back into this thing.
Yeah, and they got an illegal
And now
screen.
we got a
illegal screen on Johnny Hillman. That's his third.
That's his third.
Yeah, and now 14 fouls apiece. I hate that call. There's nothing. It's worse. It's the hardest call on you because you don't even get a shot. That illegal screen call, and it's usually on one of your good players.
Right. Northern working on offense here. Nothing down low. Go back up top. Going to reset. Try again. Harris with the ball, loses it. 4 seconds left on the shot clock.
Oh.
And with 1 second left to go, Hauser manages to drive and drop one.
Boy, that was nice. That was a really nice
It
move.
was a nice shot, he especially after scooping up a loose ball. Just 5 seconds on the clock. Nice play by Northern. And there he is underneath again, Brendan Temple.
And just a really nice pass by Lowell Chan. And I talked to Kurt Paulson about him today, and he said, you can't believe how good a passer he is. And he just showed us right there a little bit of what he can do passing the basketball.
And changed very quickly because I believe he wanted to make the shot and realized quickly that's not going to work and made the pass.
Whoa.
Another nice bucket by Harris. He's starting to find his groove.
Yeah, he is. He can light it up in a hurry.
He's got 13 now.
And a foul there on Northern.
Starting to get a little bit sloppy here in the set. We had a pretty clean first half, really.
Well, you know, and the other thing that happens, too, Troy, is the referees call it tighter the second half. And I've talked about this before. The listeners will remember. But they just do. And maybe the defense isn't quite as good or whatever, but they call it tighter the second half.
You get a little tired, get a little sloppier.
Yeah.
10.5 to play in this one. Carroll's leading 69-51. They've led from the jump, never trailed in this one. Working the ball around, Andrew with it, driving, not there, passes it back up to the top. Again, not there, goes back to Shamrock Campbell with the shot, no good. Northern with the defensive rebound coming back down. Harris looks like he wants to shoot again. Shot, though, taken by McClintock-Call, who's also in double digits, and it's no good. Under 10 minutes to play now. Andrew drives, stops, and the shot falls short for Andrew Cook.
And there was a lot of contact on his arm that time. And I think you do need to protect the shooter.
Working the ball down low. And now back to the top of the key. Good look. Ball rings out.
That was a big miss there. That was a wide open three.
Micah Hauser had a beautiful look at a three. Chan with the rebound and the putback.
Big play by Chan.
That's his first points of the night.
Yeah. But he had a big assist on 2 possessions before that. So he's giving him a little boost here.
Ruffin with the ball again. Biggest guy on the floor. He's going to put up a three, and it looks good. It is good. (71-54) now. Starting to chip away at that lead just a little bit.
Yeah, you know, we knew they would make a run.
Carroll cannot go to sleep here. 10 seconds left on the clock, working it down low. There's the turnaround, and no good from Murat. And a little jumper by Harris.
They are so good in transition. They really are off missed shots. Those guys are really, really good in the open court.
And there's Andrew Cook, and off the mark again. Chan gets to the rebound, but gets knocked out of bounds. And you wonder if there's a timeout coming here.
Well, you know, Jovan's had a nice little rest, and he's going to come back into the ball game. And you know, Carroll just isn't quite the same when he's not in there.
Yeah, things are just a little off the mark.
Yeah. And Northern, you know, we knew they were going to come after you. They're going to make a run. They're just too talented not to.
71-56 right now, the Carroll lead. 8 minutes, 2 seconds left to play. Northern's ball coming up the floor with it is McCadney. Double teamed momentarily. Back to Ruffin. Trying to screen him for a shot. McClintock-Call feeds it down low, back outside, and the shot is away. No good. Carroll rebound. Heading back the other way.
Ooh.
And
Ooh, nasty foul. That was a real nasty
serious
foul.
Contact there. Andrew Cook.
Yeah, he took a bad spill.
Hit hard, but he's smiling, so I
Yeah.
guess he's all right.
Yeah.
He'll feel it tomorrow.
Yeah. He is a physical freshman. You know, he's at least 6'3", and I bet he weighs close to 195 pounds.
His first shot is up and good.
Yeah.
72-56. Thanks going out tonight to another one of our sponsors, Range 406, featuring Helena's indoor shooting range, featuring 8 shooting lanes and air-conditioned comfort. Range 406 also has a great supply of hunting ammo, along with an excellent selection of pistols and rifles. Second shot up and good. 73-56. Northern moving quickly, working this ball around. They've got to get shots, and they can't wait for them.
And I think they got an illegal screen on Northern. And that just kills your momentum. And it's the same call that they called at Carroll the other end. And as a coach, I don't know if there's a call I hate more when it happens. You don't even get a shot up, you know?
Right.
And he got a foul on one of your good players.
Oh, and
Jovan was bringing the ball up and turned it over, yeah.
Yeah, Jovan lost control there.
That full court pressure by Northern paying off there.
And it wasn't even all that much. I think he was just thinking ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Looking down the floor. So Northern benefiting from a turnover to get the ball back. The heave is in, and now the possession starts. McCadney with it. Works it around and trying to find that outside shot. There it is for three by Anderson, and it falls off the mark. No good. Andrew Cook bringing it all the way back down the floor, and then pulls up.
Good decision. Good decision.
He really wanted to go all the way. Now he does.
Oh, very, very tough shot. A high on-ball screen to Andrew Cook just made a tough shot. Through contact.
I think he likes the contact.
Yeah, he is a tough kid.
Almost, yep, they did get him. Almost got Andrew on a foul once.
Got him the second time.
Got him the second time. And we're going to have a timeout, so we're going to take it. You're listening to Carroll College basketball on Rewind 94.9 and streaming online at kcap.com. Welcome back to the PE Center. Carroll College taking on MSU-Northern tonight, and they've been in the front from the jump, but it's not been easy. 6.5 minutes left to play. Saints leading this one 75-56. Northern refusing to go away. And that's going to be the case for the next 6 minutes. They've got to get some threes. There's one that rings in and out. Nice shot by Harris. Kind of been the story of the night for them. Good shots. They look good. They just don't fall. Carroll with the ball now. 6 minutes to play. And Andrew Cook going to drive again, and this time gets blocked. Anderson with that block, and was going to let go a three, decided against it, and then took it anyway. Off the mark with a defensive rebound. Another three by McCadney is off.
Well, Northern's making a big, hard push right now, and that was a 50-50 ball that they just beat Carroll to. And you got to be careful. These guys are not going to quit. They're going to come after you hard these last 5 minutes.
Jovan working his way inside, and shot not going to go down. There's a scrum underneath. Finally, Northern coming away with it on the break, looking for the easy bucket. There it is. David Harris with that basket, and a 30-second timeout over on the Carroll side of things. And this is one, even with 5 minutes left, Coach, Carroll's calling the timeout. They know what can happen here.
Yeah, they need to be a little more disciplined on offense. The last couple of possessions, they didn't get the ball turned, and they got to make Northern play defense. They got to get the ball, and that's a good timeout by Kurt. They still got a comfortable lead, but Northern comes at you like this every time I've seen them play. This is how they come at you second half of the second half. They come at you hard, and they substitute a lot, and they're pretty fresh, and they've got athletes, and they get going in transition, and they're a handful.
Well, and you look at it and you do the math, and 17 points seems like an awful lot,
Right.
but a couple of big threes,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, it's not so much. So Carroll trying to stave off a comeback here by Northern for the final 5 minutes. Shamrock Campbell bringing it down. Jovan with the ball now. Gets it over to Johnny. And there's the drive and the shot. Gonna fall off the mark there.
And he got fouled, and that's a big call right there. And Sean Hughes didn't like that one, and I didn't see a lot of contact either,
No.
but it's a big call. And that's 18 fouls on Northern now, so Carroll will be in the bonus, but here he's getting to shoot 2 because that was the act of shooting.
Garrett with just 4 points tonight, but has had a good game. Make it 5. 4:43 left to play in this one. Carroll now leading 76-58. Second shot is away and falls no good. Northern gonna run the other way. McCadney dumps it off. There's McClintock Call with it. Back up top to Harris. And the shot falls short. Jovan with the rebound, but the fight for it underneath. Northern gets a shot off. Now bodies everywhere. Now a 3 and hits the side of the backboard. Northern gets it back. Let's go another 3. This one they save again.
Northern is just playing harder than Carroll right now. They truly are.
They are
hustling them. They just playing with a desperation.
And Carroll.
And Jovan had the rebound in his hands, and he let him steal it, and that's why he's coming out of the ball game.
Carroll at times here playing like they've got a 17-point lead.
Well, it's just they're a little fatigued, a little tired, and Northern's coming at them hard.
Yeah.
I mean, they are playing super hard.
4 minutes, 4 seconds left to go in this one, and Carroll is still with a significant lead here. It's 76-58. But Northern playing like they're down 4.
Yeah.
And there's a nice little jumper, mid-range jumper there. McClintock Call with the bucket. And it's now a 16-point game. Coming up on 3.5 to go now. Saints really want to get a bucket here, working it down low, and the shot is away. No good there by Brendan Temple. And big 3 falls just short. That's a big miss.
You bet it was. You bet it was.
McClintock Call had a really nice look at it again, and that might have sent the bench roaring, but it fell short. And going back the other way, Shamrock Campbell with a big answer.
And that's what senior leaders do. When you really need them to step up and make a play, that's what Shamrock Campbell will do for you.
A little bit of a roar there after that bucket. He knows how big that one was.
Yeah.
3 minutes left to go. Northern refusing to go away. Working his way underneath. Whoa, we got some contact there. This has been a tough finish. CJ Nelson went underneath the basket there.
And he got fouled.
And he did get fouled.
So
Garrett Long went after him, and then they fell on top of each other. Garrett Long took a pretty hard spill. Shot is up and in for number 1. More platooning of fresh bodies going into the game. 3 new lights headed in.
Well, he's not going to take McCadney and Harris out, I'll tell you that.
Right.
The other three guys might platoon, but those two are going to stay in the ballgame.
There was some confusion over who was coming in and who was going out.
Yeah. Well, one of the guys is shooting a free throw that's going to be coming out.
Right.
That's the.
And we had that player go onto the floor and then
Yeah.
came off saying he was replacing the shooter, and then another switch. And referees just making sure they know who's on the floor.
Yeah.
Second shot is up and good. And so C.J. Nelson takes a seat. 2:47 left to play. 78-62 is the Carroll lead. Once again, a 16-point game. Says a lot about Northern that a 16-point game doesn't necessarily feel comfortable
Never does with him.
with 2.5 minutes to play. Nice cutting move there. No shot, though. Carroll bleeding some clock off. And there's Brennan Temple with a nice jump shot.
And a much better possession by Carroll. They got the ball reversed 2 times and got a nice look. And that slows down Northern's fast break.
So back to 18 now. Things starting to feel a little more comfortable as we tick towards 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 6 seconds left to go in this one. The Mike Miller State Farm Insurance scoreboard has Carroll up 80-62. Both teams swapping in and out players here.
And Jaden Lieberg, one of the co-captains of the team and one of the most popular kids in the whole student body at Carroll College, just checked into the ball game.
Northern working the ball around, trying to find something. They need threes, and they're going to shoot for them. And there is one.
That is one
That's a
touchdown.
tough three.
Oh, my goodness.
Anthony Briggs Jr.
Wow.
with great defense,
Yeah,
takes a
Johnny
step back and nailed it.
Johnny Hillman, you can't play better defense on him than Johnny just did there.
So a minute and a half left to go, 15-point game. Carroll content to work the clock a bit here. And there goes Johnny. Shot is blocked as he drove the lane. Northern gonna run, gonna pop a three here at some point, you would think. Ball tipped and out of bounds.
Jason Lieberg with a deflection there, a good one.
Chan headed back in the game for Carroll.
And Malachi Afworth back in and Chan back in. Malachi's a nice little point guard. It's starting to get a little more playing time as the year goes along.
We're down to the final 60 seconds of this one. The game now not in doubt. I don't know if it ever really was, but it sure felt like it at times. Johnny Hellman knocks the ball loose. He's fighting for it. Don't tell Johnny that this one's over.
My goodness, Johnny Hillman, what hustle. Does he play hard?
He knocked the ball loose and then dove on it
Oh,
to try
my
to
goodness.
save it from another player.
Oh, with 50 seconds left and a 15-point lead. That is Johnny Hillman to a T. That is what kind of a winner he is. Oh, man, I'm proud of that kid.
45 seconds left to go in this one. Carroll looking for another bucket here to finish things out. Chan was looking, stops, turns, and misses underneath, a little long. Nice move there to kick it off. Just didn't get the finish.
He didn't have a good enough angle. He needed a little better angle there to get the board.
Just a couple seconds difference. That looked like a charge. No, it's going to be called a block
Yeah.
with 22 seconds to go. So the Lights heading to the line. Looks like Johnny's going to get to sit here after the first shot. It's up and good by Anthony Briggs Jr. Hillman taking a seat to finish this one out. And shot is up, rings out, no good. Chan with the rebound. 19 seconds left, so I think we're just going to walk this one out now. Kind of up to Northern here.
Let's see, I guess, yeah.
Down to 3 seconds to go. 2 and 1, and that'll do it. The Carroll College men taking down MSU-Northern 80-66, sweeping the lights this season. Big win for Carroll. We're going to go ahead and take a look at how this all played out, and Coach has to pick for us the gold standard player of the game from St. Peter's Health. We're doing that coming back on the Carroll College postgame show. You're tuned in to Rewind 94.9, streaming online at kcap.com. And welcome back to the campus of Carroll College. We're in the PE Center tonight where Saints fans have left the building happy. We have a doubleheader sweep over MSU-Northern, and this one we talked about, Coach, it didn't really ever feel in question, but there were moments where it felt like it was almost in question. Weirdly, in a game that finished 80-66.
Yeah. Northern just is... They make that hard run at you in the second half, and Carroll never really wilted, but Northern did make a run at them. We knew they would, and I just think they missed too many open shots, high percentage shots the first half, and Carroll got the big lead. Jovan